Happy Black History Month. I needed something in my daughter's room to just help celebrate the month. So I already had this wood round that I had got from Hobby Lobby. I stained it with just a regular wood stain. And using my Cricut machine, I cut out this cute little black girl blowing bubbles. Using my transfer tape, I transferred the little girl onto the wood round. I did use a paper transfer tape, that way it didn't pull up any of the paint or just any of the wood from the wood round. And here it would be more beneficial if you actually use your scraper tool to like lay this down and get the bubbles and everything out. But me thinking that I could just use my hands and do this, I did it that way to start off with. And like it would have worked, I just didn't apply enough pressure. But I do recommend using your scraper tool to start off with. That way you don't have as many air bubbles in there like I did. But I did get my scraper tool after a while and just rubbed out some of those air bubbles. And if for some reason that doesn't work, you can always just take like a knife or your weeding tool and just like poke a hole in there and then rub it down as well. That way you get the air bubbles out. Now here, I just didn't weed all the tiny pieces before laying it down, just because they were so tiny. I knew it'd be easier for me to do it once it was already there. So I'm just getting out like the little accents and the bubbles. Also using my Cricut machine, I did cut out some famous women names in Black history and also just some of our favorite affirmations that my daughter likes. So I will also be just like layering the background of this with that as well. Keep in mind, if you don't have a Cricut machine and you still want to do something like this, or just even do it more cost effectively, you can do so. The Dollar Tree does sell wood rounds. They're not as thick as the one that I am using here, but they still work. And if you don't want to spend money on just like a wood stain, you can always just get like some brown paint and like apply it and then wipe it off with a baby wipe, and or take your old coffee grounds, put it in some water and use that as a stain as well. Also, if you don't have a Cricut machine, you can always just draw the girl on or use printer paper or something like that as well. But the Dollar Tree does sell vinyl, and I don't know what they're doing, but right now their vinyl is $2 for $1.25. So I would say run to Dollar Tree and pick those up. They're not as sturdy as like some of the other brands of vinyl, but I find that they work just fine for me as long as you're not trying to put the project outside or anything like that. And for the wording, you can always go in, if you are good at painting and have a fine paintbrush, you can go in and paint the words and names on there. Or you can always just get like a paint marker and or just a regular marker or colored marker and do that as well. You don't necessarily need a Cricut machine to make a project like this. Now, because I wanted this in my daughter's room for Black History Month, I did go with the color scheme of red, green, and black. So the famous women in history names are in red, and then our favorite affirmations are in green. Now, I do think that this will be cute to keep in her room all year long, and I probably will do so. So once I'm done layering the background with the red and the green, of course, I just got some command strips from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to hang this up in my daughter's room on her wall. And if you guys like this video, please comment, like, and share. It really helps out my channel, and I am trying to build my channel up this year, so thank you.